Hey guys, I'm Mohit K. Kashyap from SVC College of Engineering, Bangalore. So I'm doing my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. So today we are going to learn about certain topics, and our first topic is. So today I'm going to teach you guys about program to how to write a Python program to generate sine curve, cosine, polynomial, and exponential curve, and display them in histogram view with a choice. So to start with the code, so first we are importing two import functions. Import numpy as mp and import matplotlib.pylot as plt. So matplotlib is a library function in Python which is used for plotting graphs and curves. So the first function we are writing here is definition plot underscore sine. So this under this function we are going to define the sine curve. So variable x is equal to np dot line space. Inside the bracket we are going to write the values of the sine curve. So which is minus 2 into np dot pi comma 2 into np dot pi comma 1000. So the next statement is variable y equals np dot sine x. So the next statement is plt dot plot of x comma y. This function is used to plot the graph. The input which you are giving by using this function, we're gonna plot the graph. The next statement is plt dot title of sine curve in double quotes. We are gonna name the graph as sine curve. The next statements are plt dot x label of x and plt dot y label of y. So x label and y labels are used to define the x-axis and the y-axis. And plt dot show is used to show the function. It is a function which is used to show the above values. So here we have moved to our next slide. In this slide, we are going to define cosine curve and polynomial curve. So we are going to create a function under the name of cosine. So def plot underscore of cosine. So variable x is equal to np dot line space, and we are going to assign the value of cosine inside this line space. So minus 2 into np dot pi comma 2 into np dot pi comma 1000. So next line of code is y variable y equals np dot cos of x. Then plt dot plot x comma y. As I have told you guys that this function, this statement is used to plot the graph. And the next line is plt dot title of cosine curve. So in this we are naming the curve as cosine curve. Title is actually used for naming the graph, so we are using this function to name the graph, and we are using plt dot x label of x and plt dot y label of y to plot the x and y axis, and plt dot show to finally show the graph or show the entire function. The next is definition plot of polynomial. Here we are creating a function under the name of polynomial to define the polynomial graph. So variable x is equal to np dot line space of minus 5 comma 5 comma 1000, and variable y equals x into 3 minus 2 into x into 2 plus x plus y. And again the same procedure as the above. Plt dot plot, which is to plot the graph x comma y. Then plt dot title, name of this graph polynomial curve, and plt dot x label of x, plt dot y label of y for defining the x axis and y axis. Then plt dot show to show this entire graph. So moving on to the next slide. So in this slide, we are going to define the exponential curve and histogram. So the same procedure goes over here. We are going to create an exponential function. Under this, we are going to define exponential curve. So variable x equals np dot line space of minus 5 comma 5 comma 1000, and y equals np dot exponential of x, and plt dot plot, which is used to plot the graph, plt dot plot of x comma y. Plt dot title, the title of this graph is exponential curve. Then plt dot x label of x, plt dot y label of y, plt dot show. Moving on to histogram, create an histogram function, definition plot of histogram, then data. Then the value of random dot normal of 0 comma 1 comma 1000, it is assigned to data. So here we are going to write for histogram plt dot hist of data comma bins is equal to 30 plt dot title of this thing, histogram, plt dot x label on the x-axis we are going to write the values, and the plt dot y label on the y-axis we are going to write the frequency, and then plt dot show eventually to show the function. So now comes here the main program. Okay, so print, we're gonna write the statement print, choose an option. We're gonna give four options here of all the graphs, which is sine curve, cosine curve, polynomial curve, and exponential curve. Here we have written all the like all the options in the next five print statements. Then we are gonna make you guys choose which one do you wanna see, which what kind of graph you guys wanna see. So this statement is written by choice is equal to int. Int is an data type which is an integer of input. Input, we are taking input from the user, so we are using an input statement. So input of enter your choice 1 is to 5 1 is to 5 semicolon, then exclamation mark, and we are closing this statement. So let's move on to the next slide. So here we are going to use the if statement, if else if statement. This is a branching statement. So if the choice is equal to 1, here we are using double is equal to because we are not assigning the value, we are comparing the value. If you guys press 1, so is equal to 1. If choice is equal to 1, then plot sine wave. So plot underscore sine curve. Else if else if choice is equal to 2, we are comparing it to 2. If we have entered 2, then if is equal to 2, then we are going to plot the cosine curve. Same goes for polynomial curve, exponential curve, and histogram curve. Okay, then in last we are going to write the default statement, which is the else. What if you guys choose neither of the options? So print invalid choice. What if someone instead of typing the numbers, what if someone types alphabet, or someone presses space or enter key? So else print of invalid choice. Please enter a number from 1 to 5. This is our last statement. So we have defined our first problem. Let's move on to the next slide. So in this slide, I'm gonna show you how you can how the output comes. So the sine wave output of sine wave, it comes like this, cosine like this, exponential like this, and this is our histogram. So in this format we'll get the output. Moving on to the next slide, and we are going to define our final problem of this session. The last problem of this session is we are going to write a Python program to display two labels with different colored backgrounds. So to start the program with again we have to import another file. The name of the file is tkinter as tk. So here we are going to import the file, import tkinter as tk, and we are going to create the main window here, which is root equals tk dot tk of function. Tk brackets are their function. Now next step is create two labels. So label 1 equals tk dot label, inside the bracket root comma text equals label 1. Here we are just writing the name of this thing inside the text equals label 1 comma bg equals red. Bg means background color. The next statement is label 2 equals tk dot label, inside which we are going to write root comma text is equal to label 2 comma bg equals blue. Again bg is background color. Then we are going to pack the labels, label 1 dot pack and label 2 dot pack, then start the main loop root dot main loop. So as we have come to the end, I'm gonna finish my video over here. So thank you guys for watching this. Have a good day. Good night guys. Good night.